Greetings, my fellow freeloaders and sovereign thinkers. LL3's newest podcast. My name is Craig, and I am presiding within the beautiful swampy mangroves of South Florida. And this is like a second episode I'm doing on the day of March 18th, 2014. And reason why I'm doing this, I just recently sent a correspondence to the San Diego County Sheriff William Gore, which is in reference to the whole Aries armored debacle with the ATF. And in my last episode pertaining to this subject matter, I gave people some information on what's been going on as well. Plus, I just recently got these replies, and it's pretty interesting. But I'll just read it off. And so this is what I wrote to Sheriff Gore, William Gore to be exact, and it happened on St. Patrick's Day to be exact, Monday, March 17th at 4:07 p.m. And this is what I wrote to him. Greetings, Sheriff Gore. Can you explain why you let the BATF raided Aries armor this past weekend? Plus, you have a 10th Amendment obligation by arresting these particular agents for RICO and treason. So here's the link that addresses to the incident. That was the whole Aries armor dispute with the ATF, which I did inform all my listeners on that. And I may just put it up again on my Spreaker page, just be on the safe side. So I go, thanks, and hope to hear from you soon. Fraternally, Craig L. Tote. Now you know my last name. That's okay. I'm not shy. And I got a reply on this date at 3:40 p.m., which is of course Tuesday, March 18th. And this is from Ken Culver, which he's considered the webmaster for the San Diego Sheriff's Department. And good afternoon. Thank you for your message. I have passed it to Sheriff Gore. We in this department do not have enough knowledge of the event or its background offer an option as to its legality or reasonableness. This will be for a court to decide. In that connection, I want to provide you with a bit of information. First, this operation was conducted by the ATF, an agency of the federal government. It was not a sheriff's investigation. Further, the operation did not occur in our primary service area. It occurred in an area served by another police agency, which is, let's let everyone know, National City. And where's National City? Is it within San Diego County. Okay, just to clarify that, folks. Finally, we don't provide any oversight of the ATF and do not have the legal authority to intervene in their cases. Again, the issues you raise will ultimately be raised in a court of law, and we can look forward to seeing what a judge has to say. Ken Culver, Public Affairs. Well, first of all, based on some of this, the rhetoric on this message, I had to laugh at first because I was like a little bit mind-boggled, but not surprised. When they said they don't have oversight for the ATF and don't have the legal authority to intervene in their cases, well, I have to disagree, because the sheriff is the most powerful elected servant in local government. All right, the ATF or any other federal agency cannot supersede them on a constitutional basis. Okay, just to make that clear. Federal law does not supersede state law. If it does, it has to be within the U.S. Constitution, period. The ATF, what they're doing is illegal under the U.S. Constitution, especially our Bill of Rights. And the sheriff can intervene. So, in good faith, that's Ken Culver's error of judgment. I don't want to embarrass the man. So what I've done, instead of calling them names or anything like that, that's not my way of handling things. And my reply was, at 4:30 p.m. on that same date, I want greetings, Mr. Culver. I apologize to examine the correspondence that was delivered to me via email, and the fact is the sheriff does have the obligation on informing any federal agent or agency to leave its jurisdiction or have them arrested. Here's a link pertaining to a case which occurred in the state of Wyoming, which the link I sent him is from politicalvelcraft.org, and the date was September 22nd, 2011 to be exact. And it says here about the update that Wyoming sheriffs told BATF and IRS agents to abide by the Constitution or face immediate arrest. And what was interesting here, they tried to take it to federal court in that area, within that district. Let me see. I'm gonna go a little further down here. But Sheriff Dave Mattis, he was the one that told those guys to take a hike. And the funny thing about it, it was updated by William F. Downey's. And the truth of the matter is, the main idea, the federal judge favored him. The court decision was a result of a suit against both BATFE and the IRS by Mattis, other members of the Wyoming Sheriff Association. The suit in the Wyoming Federal Court District sought restoration of the protections enshrined in the United States Constitution and the Wyoming Constitution. And guess what? The district court ruled in favor of the sheriffs. In fact, they stated Wyoming is a sovereign state, and the duly elected sheriff of a county is the highest law enforcement official within a county and has law enforcement powers exceeding that of any other state or federal official. Go back and reread this quote. I love it. I don't have to repeat it, but I will post this on my Spreaker page along with something else, which says here, furthermore, I boldly recommend everyone who represents the San Diego County Sheriff's Department to read Federalist Paper 46 by James Madison. And I put the link on there as well. This message is not delivered with spite or malice, but within good faith. So please examine these links and share with your peers as soon as practicable. Thank you, fraternally, Craig Olto. And I got a reply back from Mr. Culver. It goes, Mr. Tote, thanks for the information. I will share it with the sheriff and his legal advisor. Regards, Ken Culver, Public Affairs. Like I said, my friends, sometimes one thing I notice, they trying to train us like Pavlov's dog, I would say, by conditioning and saying that the feds know best, they're higher than everybody else, we're just a bunch of peons, pissants, slaves, etc. Well, now with this information is coming out, I just took the initiative. I might have to look at the California codes too for sheriff's duties, and I know one of his main jobs is to keep the peace within the jurisdiction he represents. And so I'm just giving you a quick brief on this. I will post the links on here. Okay, Federalist Papers and the whole Federalist Papers 46, and of course the Wyoming Sheriff's federal BATF and IRS agents abide by the Constitution or face immediate arrest. I will post those both on my Spreaker page. And like I say, well, that's it for now. I know it's brief. And you could hit me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, YouTube, Spreaker. Don't be shy. So no quotes. Actually, let me see something here. I'm gonna try to do a quick quote here for a moment if I can. I take the initiative. And it's interesting, when it talks about, yeah, you know what? I know a good one. This is from Thomas Jefferson, to be exact. And it is called States' Rights. States' Rights. And it says here, let me just pick one, or maybe just pick two. I just want to be, maybe it'd be a pain in the neck here. Why not? Ooh, yeah. All right, this is one I'm gonna read this off here. Let's go by states' rights, protected by the Constitution, and he says here. The several states composing the United States of America are not united on the principle of unlimited submission to their general government, but by a compact under the style and the title of the Constitution for the United States, and for amendments thereto. They constituted a general government for special purposes, and delegated to that government certain definite powers, reserving each state to itself the residuaries mass of right of their own self-government, and whensoever the general government assumes undelegated powers, its acts are unauthoritative, void, and of no force. To this compact each state accede as a state and is an integral party, it co-states forming as to itself the other party. The government created by this compact was not made the exclusive or final judge of the extent of the powers delegated to itself, since that would have made its discretion, and not the Constitution, the measures of its powers, but as in all cases of compact among powers having no common judge, each party has an equal right to judge for itself, as well of infractions as of the mode and measures of redress. This is from the time he wrote in the Kentucky Resolution 1798. And right here, states' rights violations of harmful, to take from the states all the powers of self-government and transfer them to a general and consolidated government without regard to the special delegations and reservations solemnly agreed to in the federal compact, is not for peace, happiness, or prosperity for the states. He wrote that during the Kentucky Resolution 1798. Wow, man, a lot of interesting stuff here. And try to do one more here. Yeah, I think I got one right here. Exactly, it's perfect. States' rights violated by infractions of the Constitution. The states of North America entered into compact, which is called the Constitution of the United States of America, by which they agreed to unite in a single government as to their relations with each other and with foreign nations, and as to certain other articles particularly specified, they retain at the same time, each to itself, the other rights of independent government, comprehending mainly their domestic interest, but the federal branch has assumed in some cases and claimed in others a right of enlarging its own powers by constructions, inferences, and indefinite deductions from those directly given, which are usurpations of the powers retained to the independent branches, mere interpolations into the compact and direct infraction of it. That was written by Jefferson in 1825. Okay, that's all I have to say. I gave you all the input, send me information, love, hate, and all that good stuff, okay? Thank you for your time, and please spread this episode to everyone you know. And as always, demonic resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate societies. Till next time, take care of yourselves, keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.